Hi there, Virgo. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is your June reading. We're already at the beginning of the month here. Wow, time is flying. So it will approximately span the 1st to the 15th of June. Right? Of course, energy is fluid, so it may permeate a little before then and a little after. But Virgo, I was meditating on your energies before I turned on the camera, and I kept hearing profundity, purpose. Something about getting to the core of what it is that you're building, that you're cultivating. What is the purpose? What are the grounds? What is the foundation? Whoa, Virgo, whoa. I'm also hearing eagle eye view. So zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. You have here the 10 of Cups, overlaying the Ace of Cups, overlaying the Ace of Swords. 2 aces, preceding a 10. Major change. Major change. Something's coming full circle. Full circle, Virgo. Now, you have a pair. You have the Empress and you have the Emperor. Okay, masculinity, femininity working together. I'm hearing divine. I'm hearing divine, and I've been hearing this. Divine masculine, divine feminine for a number of signs now for the June readings. So something about union, something about the cohesion of opposites, of polar energies, okay, coming together, and it's one that you have felt, to be undeniable, and undefinable as well. There's something about this, the perceived need or desire to fuse these two halves, either of your being or you coming together with another person. However you may take it, right? General reading, but there's an awareness that to create whatever it is that you hope to bring about, right? You have this 8 of Pentacles right at the apex, sandwiching these 3 cards with the Emperor and these 3 cards with the Empress, right? 3, 3. And the Empress is the number 3 in the major arcana. Right? So something about 3, something about duplicity, okay? And with the intent of manifestation, the focusing of intent, of efforts. But again, right, there's this realization that it's the embodiment of polarity that brings about the cohesion of creation. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. But there's a focus on foundation, on roots, I'm hearing for you root chakra. So whatever that may mean to some of you, okay, it's coming. It's coming to mind, and I'm feeling it. So very interesting, because on the outskirts of both of these trio of cards, mirroring one another, you have 2 Swords cards, the Father of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Then, as an accordion of energy, right, moving to the interior of this of these trios, you have the Tower and the Emperor. Both trees, lone standing sort of trees, right? And in the center of these two trios, you have the Daughter of Pentacles and the Empress. Both speaking to, yes, fire, right? Aries' card, Empress. And Earth, right? Daughter of Pentacles. But with both of these cards, right, there is a sense of stabilization and yet also dynamism, movement, change, right? The pursuit of staking our claim, okay, and making official the domain that we hope to create somehow in the world, to make our own, the pursuit of even what we call our home. In some shape or form, ours. Now, again, we see this mirroring. We see this mirroring between the dynamism of creativity. Right? Fire. Something about the cohesion of what is seemingly so polar. Dynamism and stability. The implementation of what is otherwise dynamic. Now we see here this intense focus, okay, on the past, on the building of this foundation, on the assimilation of parts that again seem so different from one another, but yet all play integral parts. Right? This trilogy, this triangle on the base of this mountain, right, speaks of that intent, that focus that it's alluded to on the Eight of Pentacles. And so began this process, and this awareness of the need to merge these two hemispheres, either of being or, right, two parties. Now, following this recognition, okay, was this momentum, okay, that was built almost as if it's the preparation for what comes by way of this intent and this focus. Wheel of Circularity. Okay. To the Eight of Pentacles. I almost said Ace of Pentacles. So, and the feeling I'm getting for you is that there's this almost hunkering down, right? This intensity of focus, right? That it's like, this is not the be-all, end-all. The hope is that this will eventually lead to a brand new beginning. And you have the 10, right, of Cups, preceded by the Ace of Cups. So where one chapter ends, right, where we bring things full circle in a certain way, we start anew. We start anew. Now, preparation, okay, has been the sort of name of the game as I'm feeling it for you. You've been intently focusing on what is in your hands, what you can control, what you can prepare for before the turning of time takes place, before the turn of the wheel, okay, where the circumstance changes. There's an emphasis on stability, building stability. And yet again, recognizing that polarity plays a great part in that, a great part in that. Now, it's so significant, Virgo, because you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, preceding Judgment, preceding the Magician. 3 major arcana in a row speaking to transformation, right? And you have the Tower, you have the Empress, you have the Emperor. So whatever this change is, it's like one match that's lit. And it grows like wildfire, right? Again, that momentum, it's building. This momentum is building, and this may absolutely be a birth, I will say that, for a number of you, right? You have this 10 of Cups, kind of like the breaking of the water, right? And I'm hearing ascension. I'm hearing ascension. And it's interesting because we see this upward, right, flight that's taken, Judgment, current state. This final dissemination between black and white, light and dark, understanding, right, yet again, that the polarity of these forces is what capacitates the movement altogether. It's almost like the plane, right? That's rolling down this highway, right? Down the runway. But I said highway, so whatever that may mean to some of you, right? The plane that, right, moves down the runway, moves with such momentum, and the tension, even the tension between the wheels and the ground, the resistance, the speed, right? Those two forces meeting ultimately, right, is what capacitates the ability for the plane to take off, for the flight. So you need the dark, right, as the foil to the light. You need the momentum to lift off the ground. And so similarly, right, it's that polarity that we're seeing here that has characterized the whole process. And this may be, right, a partnership, okay, where it's 2 people coming together working on the building of whatever this may be, right, that I feel has been over time, right, drawn out. And you've both needed to come together and channel your energies in such a way that is coexistent, harmonious with one another, right? It's almost like your efforts, right, become one. become one, and as different and as polar as you are, right, there is this unison with which you realize you both must come to in order to move on from this state of stagnancy. Okay, which isn't stagnancy in the sense of, right, lack of progress. There's progress, but it's almost stationary progress, right? It's like on the treadmill, but you're like, I'm done with the treadmill. I'm ready, right, to literally run, right, out in nature, to feel the wind, right, against my face, to feel that the progress I'm making is tangible, right, and really makes very clear once and for all where my efforts, all these efforts, have taken me, and are taking me from here on out as well. So there's been this internalization of the passion, okay, that you've had for whatever this liftoff point is, okay, and I'm getting strongly needing to bide your time, to even bite your tongue with this, whatever this. There's something that there's an awareness of what's coming about. There's an awareness, a very clear awareness of what it is that you want this change to characterize and lead you to. And you understand that it speaks to your ultimate sense of self-sufficiency and independence. Right? But there's been this submergence of this flame, right? This waiting period, right? This waiting period, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse. But it's by way, yet again, of that pressure that's right, internalized, that then inverts, and that's when the wheel turns. That's when the wheel turns. Beautiful. Your advice, Virgo, is the Magician in reverse, who looks over at Judgment almost in awe, right? Which is interesting because the Magician is typically, right, a rather glorified, idolized sort of energy. Okay, depends, right, how it appears in the spread, but especially as I'm getting it here, there's this foil. There's this foil of looking within and looking without, of recognizing our potential and acting on our potential. And what I'm getting for you is the need to, through the process of this ascension, this transformation, this very clear dissemination, black, white, yes, no, yin, yang, up, down, I want to move in this direction, I don't want to move in that direction, the need to, yet again, balance and temper our efforts, right? The polarity. You see every single element on this card. You see the sword, you see the chalice, you see the pentacle, you see the wand. And it's by way of the tempering of all of those very diverse energies that the Magician creates. So it's almost like, right, if this is, it's almost like this, Virgo. You are heeding your own sort of advice. There's a need to heed your own advice. I'm being beckoned to say it in that way. where you felt you have been in some shape or form out of balance, okay, there is a need to listen very closely to the intuition, okay, that reminds you where that balance is yet again met. Okay, so I'm hearing training grounds, whatever that may mean for some of you. Okay, but it's almost like the magician is looking over at judgment, like as if the magician wants to fly too. Right? So I'm getting like training course. Okay, I'm getting training course Virgo. And from there, you step into the Seven of Cups. Upright. Upright. Which sits right next to this Ten of Pentacles. You pulled two tens. Two tens. There's a desire for a closeout, to officialize, to make tangible what you've been working so steadily towards, Virgo. So steadily towards. You are yearning to see how it all comes together, how all of the pieces of this puzzle, right, form the grander mosaic, right, that you've felt, that you've seen in your mind's eye, but that, right, you've awaited the official initiation of. It's momentous, Virgo. It's momentous. And you feel that it will change your world. It will change your world. It will capacitate this release, this emotional release, and this transmutation, and this renewal. Starting on a new foot, I'm hearing that, starting on a new foot, a brand new note, page, essence. And whatever this new beginning is, it speaks to your sense of inborn stability. Right? We're seeing that theme throughout, stability. Inborn stability and balance. The balance of, yet again, could absolutely be the polarity within us, right? Yin, yang, masculine, feminine. We all have those two sides to us, coming together in such a way where we can even appreciate the diversity of those two propensities, right? To which point we are harmonizing with ourselves. And we feel able to sustain this flight. To feel a sense of stability upon departure. Okay, and it may be speaking to finances, career as well, feeling that we can sustain whatever this decision has been that we've made. Okay, for some of you, translocation move may absolutely be related to this shift and transformation. Okay. And you have the Son of Swords. Okay, so many cards that speak to flight, themes of flight, right? Father of Swords, Son of Swords. Whoa. That was pure magic. That felt like pure magic what just happened. Everything is magic, right? This was, this caught me off guard. Let me say it like that, Virgo, in a sense, okay? In a way. It was like, startlement, surprise, unsuspecting in some manner. As we see it, as we visualize it, the Son of Swords seemed to be the only card in your environment position. But when I picked it up, right, and I looked at it, and I looked back at the spread, this was sitting in its place. Speaking of flight, speaking of transformation, and what's very interesting, Virgo, is that you have the 6 of Wands and you have the 7 of Wands sitting right side by side. 6, speaking of, right, 3 and 3, 3 and 3, as we saw here in the very beginning of the spread. So something about duplicity, something about flight, something about once and for all taking control in a strategic way over what we have felt hangering, just boiling beneath the surface, that we knew we would eventually be coming to the point of dissemination with. This could be speaking to legal action of some kind, Son of Swords. But ultimately, whatever this is, this is an engagement of some kind, right? Heeding, right, even legal advice on how to go about capacitating this, initiating this change. Or simply, right, yet again, strategic work that goes into this new beginning. I'm hearing this initiation, again, of change. Whatever it may be, and whoever it may be, the process of directly approaching what was otherwise obscure, okay, just a feeling, right? Seeing it with stark clarity, very similar to judgment, right? Stark clarity, is this free flight, this absolute uprising, where, right, we realize it's a matter of our pursuit of what's real to us, what we feel deeply, and it's almost automatic. It's almost automatic. Once this clarity is brought about, the action closely follows, right? Proceeds. And it's so interesting because, again, right, we see the dimensions of polarity in separateness, right? In separateness, but then similarly in a symbiosis of some kind, right? It's like the recognition that, right, yin and yang are different, starkly different from one another, and are separate in their own right, and yet intertwined, right? To come together to yet again capacitate whatever this movement is, whatever this officialization is. And so it's the appreciation of the difference and also the similarity that is recognized at this point. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And you're leading out here with the 5 of Wands in reverse, right next to the 10, and right beneath the 10 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles on the left side, 10 of Cups right above it. So something about the junction, okay, 5 being half of 10. Seen in tandem with energetic pathway card that you lead out with, 2 of Pentacles. 2, 5, 10. Right? So something about the recognition of again, the solidity of polarity. Both halves, both sides to the story. What went into the creation and the completion of this cycle, whatever it was. Whatever it was. And the recognition of how we are to move forward from here on out in such a way that speaks to this balance, honors this need for balance and this need for polarity yet again. The 7 of Cups is mirroring the 5 of Wands, which is fascinating because, and the 7 of Cups is in your near future, 7 of Cups speaks to polarity and at the same time unanimity, unison, the unity of even illusion. The unity between illusion and reality, where simply, right, a matter of perception is met. So we see this card, right side up, 7 Cups on the mountain, and it looks like night. But when we turn it upside down, we see that it's daytime, the 7 Cups are in the sky, and the mountain is black. So the reality is what we make it. But inevitably, we need both the light and the dark, right? To create. To create. And Virgo, it's a coming to the acceptance of that, the realization of that. That it's all what you make it. It's all what you make it, Virgo. It's all what you make it. And what I'm zeroing in on is this central cup, the 7 of Cups, right? It's the only one that's pointed downwards. And it's mirroring, this card is mirroring the Magician. Right next to it. And the 1 cup on the Magician card is pointing down as well. And the Magician on the Magician card, which mirrors Judgment, is looking over at the finality of this cycle. And it's almost like an inversion of the process of creation. Right? It's like the Magician is technically the creator, but the Magician is looking at what comes by way of creation, the fusion of polarity. And it's right. It begins with the perception of what is and what isn't, and the recognition that what is what we make it. The Magician. So everything at the end of the day, right, is ultimately a matter of balancing I'm hearing for some of you the right from the wrong, okay, but the darkness and the light, the darkness and the light, in such a way where you're using both realities to change your reality. Virgo. Significant. I feel that whatever this is, it's greatly esoteric. Okay, I feel that, yes, it's a transformation, right? Mind, body, soul. Okay, however you want to take that. But fundamentally, it speaks to the fundamentals of manifestation, of creation, even the laws of the universe. However you take that as well, right? But ultimately, right, there's this shifting of perception, not only of our past and the process through which we've been required in some shape or form to traverse, okay, but also the future that we create from here on out, right? This junction, 5 of Wands. Bringing with us the understanding, the fundamental understanding of what it truly means to be balanced, to be even self-sufficient. What a sense of security and stability means to us, and what security and stability exists that simultaneously allows for this free range of creation. All right, Virgo, thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know I resonate a lot with my moon sign, even more than my sun sign, so it doesn't hurt to check it out. All right. Nonetheless, I will be back soon with your mid-June readings, so stay tuned for that, and enjoy the beginning of this month. It seems that you're at an absolute transformative point in your life, Virgo, and it speaks to your perception, right? Not only your experience, but your perception of your experiences, and those which you seek to step into further from here on out. All right, so thank you so much again, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.